Welcome back to the Russell Show, Russell's Reactions. I'm just coming back to you, and I'm probably about 2 weeks into my experience with YouTube, and I just want to share with you my experience. When I first started, I was super excited. I've actually had a YouTube channel for a bunch of years, but I'm just now really digging into it. But I would definitely tell you that now that I'm being intentional and deliberate, here are my thoughts. My thoughts are it's not easy. It's not easy to be a content creator because you have to find what you are good at talking about. Those of us who are YouTube creators, we are probably communicators by nature, but for me, I am a communicator in a certain a certain frame of reference. I love politics. I love it. I follow it closely. I love sports. I love it, specifically basketball and football. I follow it closely. Um, I love random things like near death experiences, and I follow it closely. I love things in regards to the spirit world, which is connected to what I just brought up, near death experiences. I follow those things closely. But as I try to figure out what I am going to talk about, I absolutely am trying to find my niche. And I don't just want to put a bunch of stuff out. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just put a bunch of stuff out. And maybe I should. And if I should, let me know. Um, but I don't just want to put a bunch of stuff out. And what I'm really learning is that by just watching YouTube, you can find what feels good to you and what does not feel good to you. And so my biggest thing has been to not try to get into the mess of the internet, the mess of YouTube. Excuse me. And when I say the mess, I mean the negativity. My complete objection to YouTube and the internet is the negativity. And so my purpose here is to bring light and great stories and great content that uplifts people. And so the challenge is you see a lot of stuff occurring in the world, and then people just pouncing on that in order to get their likes up. And I don't want to do that. And I may have to do that. I'll stick to my morals. I probably will not do that. Though I have opinions on those things that are deep in the dark areas of YouTube, that I would call them. The dark areas meaning the negative energy that some pages have. And so tonight I was watching the presidential vice president Kamala Harris is I don't want to say our candidate because I just became independent, but she is the candidate for the Democrats, and I was watching that tonight, and I was like, wow, I could really break down speeches. When I was in graduate school, I took a couple of classes that were specifically aimed at presidential rhetoric. And so I think my next post, I've only made like three or four in the last week, and they were all over the place, and they have zero views, and that's okay. But I think I am gonna. My next post is gonna be on President Obama's speech and breaking it down to you in regards to who his audience is. His audience was absolutely the people there, but his real audience was the people in the middle, right? So you have your people on the left, the Democrats, who are not moving whatsoever. And then you have me, who's in the middle, that wants to hear strictly about policy. And then you have those who are on the right, who are the equivalent to those that are on the left. There's nothing you could say that is going to move them. And so his speech tonight primarily was to was to energize those that are on the left, but also to make an argument for those that are in the middle. I don't have statistics, but I probably would say that those that are in the middle are probably 7.5% on each side. On each side. We are looking for policy. We are looking for a message that resonates with us. We are not looking at these wedge issues. What are wedge issues? Wedge issues are those issues that absolutely disqualify you from voting in a certain direction, whether that be left or whether that be right. Wedge issues. For me, what are wedge issues? You could have abortion on the right. On the left, you could have trans rights. Or, let's just say that the opposite way. On the right, you could have the opposition of abortion, and then on the left, the absolute support of abortion. Wedge issues are basically those issues which state that a person on the right would spend their entire life advocating for that person who is on the left, that they would absolutely spend their entire life advocating against. That's what it is. They just slice a wedge right in the middle. What's important to me, that's where I'm voting, as opposed to looking at the totality of what is at stake in whatever election that you're talking about, whether that's local or the national politics. So, but anyway, thank you for taking your time out of your day to spend with me. These are just some thoughts. I'm putting it out there. I really didn't know what content I was going towards today, but I've been looking, and I'm really like nervous, if you will. I'm really nervous. And there's a bit of fear there because I don't know what to put out, but I do know that I have something to say, and so I have to figure out how to come out in a certain direction and move in that direction. Does that make sense? Anyway, thank you for your time. I do appreciate you. If this gets no views, so be it. If it gets 100 views, I would love it. I would love it. Please like, subscribe, and share as I try to grow my YouTube channel. Peace.